If you're buying, good luck.
It's a balance between supply and demand. Housing prices were going up at an unsustainably fast level.
Nobody ever talks about housing affordability. What can we
Intense
actually
demand
do
and
about it?
diminishing supply have sent home prices soaring.
And so if you look at our progress over the past 6 years, we have reduced our costs 90%. And I believe I can stand here with a straight face and tell you that the Icon way of building is the fastest, most affordable way to build a wall of acceptable quality in the world.
For millions of people, housing feels like it sucks right now. In less than 3 years, the median price of a home increased by $75,000. Monthly payments increased by $1,100. And the percent of a family's income going directly to rent increased by 10%. In this video, we're gonna cover one startup locked in on bridging the housing inventory gap and bringing home prices down and home accessibility to more people. We're talking 3D printed homes from Icon. But before we do that, we have to highlight just how tough it's gotten. First, the median average home price has averaged a 7% growth rate for the past 12 years. If we rewind back to 2017, the median listing price was $270,000. July of this year, 2024, that listing price was $440,000. Zoning, interest rates, inventory problems, labor shortages, material inflation. For the past 5 years, every single one of those variables feels like it's going in the completely wrong direction. And none of this felt gradual. In many cases, it felt like it was an overnight instance. The beauty about real estate is that it's Econ 101. If we lay inventory right over that same increase in prices, we'll see a correlation that's quite striking. Of course you know Zillow, the listing site that your parent probably doom scrolls just as you do Instagram. They calculate that we're 4.5 million homes short, suggesting that only 15% of people who do not already own a home can actually afford one. And yes, building may be picking up when you consider recovering from the great financial crisis, but we are still 1 million homes off of the highs that led up to that same crisis. And that's completely separate of the population growth in the United States. In 2000, census data shows we had about 281 million people in the US. That number was 308 million 10 years later, 331 million in 2020. Current estimates, plus what seems to be happening with immigration, seems like that number is north of 350 million today. We could go on about why just a few years ago you could expect 3 months to build a new home, and now we're expecting 6 to 12 months. We could also point to interest rates, labor shortages, material inflation, and to be blunt, really garbage permitting processes. But in so many cases, it is so much easier to have faith in builders than macroeconomic conditions so far out of our control, than a resurgence of critical blue-collar workers, and local government changes to city zoning. To preface, I'm not a homeowner and I don't live in a particularly affordable city. Icon, the company we're talking about, isn't promising affordable housing today. They're not promising tens of thousands of units tomorrow. But their ambition, coupled with the pursuit of continuous improvement and a clear roadmap of how companies from the past decade and past 2 and 3 decades have managed to completely scale up their operations, gives this idea cadence, gives the idea that we can use technology from robotics, software, and even material science to bring a better building process and more houses to more people. We've reached the point where consumer 3D printers are less than $200, and 3D printing aerospace parts for even the most demanding environments is totally checking out. Plastics, metal, what about concrete? Icon is printing homes. They're an Austin, Texas-based home builder. They're using robotics, they're using advanced software and material science to reinvent forms of concrete. They've got an incredibly technical team, but they've also got a team of leaders capable of telling the story and inspiring the likes of partnerships with Lennar, one of the largest home builders, and NASA. You heard that right, NASA. If 3D printing homes sounds easy, it's because look at a video, it looks so damn easy. But robots spewing concrete is much more complicated than it seems. The promise of 3D printing, well, anything, it's not just price, it's perfection. And this is gonna be especially exaggerated when you have a look at competing against centuries-old methodologies. You wouldn't trust your family's life to something that couldn't withstand weather, let alone the test of time. And we're not talking about molding Legos. Everything is huge. Construction materials, concrete mixers, cutting tools, and trucks on site. Back to 3D printing homes. Icon has 2 main robotics products, including a brand new product that completely changes sizes and portability. Vulcan, the OG, is a track-based construction printer, slightly handicapped by its track length and height. Phoenix is their brand new construction printer, capable of 27-foot tall structures and super portable. These are wall building, concrete pouring, automated machines ran by Icon's own software. Icon's own concrete mixer Magma feeds their own proprietary concrete mix directly into the 3D printers, and all of this is being fueled by that software mentioned. That software also contains the unique CAD models and building specs to make sure everything is super precise when they're going through the print process. It's really an all-in-one, vertically integrated system. Vulcan is capable of building homes up to 3,000 square feet. You only need an operating crew of 1 to 2 people. Since it can print 10 linear inches per second of some pretty thick goop and can run 24/7, you can imagine progress happening really, really fast. And Phoenix, that new system, can automate and build more than just walls. It can lay foundation as well. That's going to give Icon even more control of the construction process, probably leaning towards easier and simpler permitting and ultimately faster delivery times. Dynamically stabilizing a 75-foot arm with concrete pouring through its veins is probably going to be the most important feature of Phoenix. That's the innovation. And they have this dialed, sub-millimeter level accuracy. Think about that. You have to stabilize a moving arm with tons of weight pouring through it with high pressure and also account for other environmental variables and just the sheer force of a shaking nozzle. Phoenix is capable of up to 24,000 square foot buildings in a single print, 27-foot high structures, and can be set up in just 3 hours. It's only going to take one person to operate Phoenix. Where do those materials scientists come in? Icon has developed Carbon X, their lower carbon concrete. Tests with MIT determined that printing with Carbon X and Icon's entire 3D print process produces 2 to 6% less CO2 emissions for the total lifespan of a project. Backing it up, concrete consists of cement, some added filler like a gravel or a sand, and water. Cement is going to be the critical binding agent within concrete, accounting for about 10 to 15%. For perspective, the US Department of Interior and Geological Survey said that in 2023, the US produced about 91 million tons of cement. That's over 1.2 billion tons of concrete. The EPA suggests that for every ton of cement, we produce about 0.8 to 0.9 tons of CO2 emissions. That's exactly why concrete is said to contribute about 7 to 8% of global emissions. Carbon X isn't Icon's first go at a proprietary concrete mix. Their Vulcan printer has its own proprietary mix, and they're certainly going to keep working on multiple iterations. In fact, they even have their own lab. And so as you think of multiple iterations, consider the fact that they need efficiency, that they need strength, and they are centered on reducing emissions as well as their overall footprint. Returning to the moon and visiting the red planet for the first time is inevitable. But this time is going to be different. These will not be gold medal type achievements in some race and some competition. There's a plan to stay. How will we build these bases? Sure, SpaceX's Starship is going to offer a lot of heavy lifting, but structures making the International Space Station seem small in comparison. At some point, we're going to have to build with the natural resources in the destination moon, in the destination planet. And NASA awarded Icon funds to do exactly this. Icon is already building specialized robots. They're already testing with simulated materials, so how they can exactly get ground, soil, material that's on the moon, that's on Mars, to build something like a landing pad, to be able to withstand the heat from a land or from a launch, to make roads, to make livable structures. And really, who better for this than Icon? The mix of roboticists, material scientists, software developer, and a group that has this practically vertically integrated. And partnering with the likes of NASA, who understands this, who has led these missions to the moon already. This is something that is just super exciting. And in fact, Bjarke Ingels, one of the most popular and famous architectures, has a direct hand in this, in thinking in the design of these structures for otherworldly habitats. Wrapping up here, the CEO and one of the co-founders, Jason Ballard, is an exceptional individual. It turns out he was incredibly close to starting a life in the ministry, becoming a minister, before a calling. Enough of these small calling moments brought him to housing, brought him to thinking of affordability and thinking of a better, newer system that doesn't necessarily need to compromise beauty. The first 3D printed homes from Icon went to a community project that was helping homelessness in Texas.
We have about 230 people living in microhomes and RVs. On phase 2, we will add 300 more homes and introduce something that has never been done before. 3D printing 3 houses at a time.
And listening to Jason speak, you can tell that it's not just to build a company. It's not just to be an entrepreneur. It's because he deeply, profoundly cares about this. Rarely have I heard someone speak with sort of so much empathy and just this different tone, believing. This is not just an ambitious dream. There's transparency. And the road ahead is super difficult. And there's no exaggerating that. And Jason doesn't either. But it turns out that incremental improvement, robotics, software, smarter material science, can start to look scalable for home building. 6 years after the founding, Icon says they're faster, they're better, they are cheaper than their alternatives. So much so that the massive home builder Lennar decided to sign them on for a 100-home project. And all of this is to say that the price of construction keeps coming down to the cost of materials, and that's the goal. For startups, home building has been particularly challenging. 3D printing, panelized buildings, modular homes, easy assembly, micro factories. It's not necessarily about which one of these methods is the right approach. It's about the product that gets delivered on time, as close to that order date as possible. It's about the company that can control their costs and steadily improve their processes and quality control. These are homes after all. While we may accept some standardization, we also expect quality and comfort. The company that can do all of these things and still offer some beauty and personalization stands a really good chance at making something incredible happen. And Icon seems like a really promising contender for the next 5, 10, 15 years and beyond.
For a lot of people across this country, I think this is going to be an answer.
I know I'm really optimistic, and I'm excited to see what comes in 3D printed homes. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, write a comment. There's a bunch of other 3D printed home companies across the Netherlands, across France, across Italy. But because this is such a local and regional and even national thing, there's room for this.